It's your grown and sexy station, and we're jamming 24/7. Soul hits.
It's going down right here. The best in throwback hits radio. We back with another straightforward. With your host, Khary Jackson, my man Ian Hope, and my main boy, J. Kevin Kim. What's good, brothers?
What's going on, man? Another day, another dollar. This is straightforward. You know what it is. Welcome back. Today, October 2nd, week 4. We got the weekly power rankings. Upsets of the week. We're going to give you a quarter season MVP. Let's talk about Matt Nagy. Should he be fired? It's a lot to talk about this week, and we starting off with the power rankings. Number 10, I got Denver. Yes, they haven't faced any good teams yet. Out of all the 3 teams that they have played, the combined record is 0-3. But I like this secondary. Second in total D, third against the pass. This is one of the better teams defensively, and I think everything will continue to come together offensively as the season progresses for them. Number 9, I got Baltimore. It was definitely an ugly win against Detroit. Hollywood could have put this game away if he would have made 2 catches worth 2 touchdowns. Both of them were dropped. I'm still impressed with this team considering all the obstacles they are overcoming week in and week out. Losing players left and right. Like we said last week, lost their whole running back room. Had multiple defensive players missing last week and still found a way to come out with a tight W against the Detroit Lions. Number 8, we got the LA Chargers. Definitely an impressive win, but it's starting to become a thing that normally happens every year. The Chiefs and the Chargers tend to give the Chiefs a run for their money every year. It's not surprising at all. This is the 9th-ranked total offense. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen look like one of the better duos in the league right now.
You think they can make a playoff push?
Of course, the Chargers will definitely be in the mix this year.
All right.
Number 7, I got the Cardinals. Kyler Murray puts in another impressive week. This is one of the better teams in the league. Not top 5 yet, but definitely one of the better teams. I feel like they played around with Jacksonville too long, but they eventually put them away. This is the team that holds the 2nd highest total offense in the league. The offense right there in Arizona is electric, and Kyler Murray is the cause of it all.
Yeah.
Number 6, I got Oakland. I said it again. I got Vegas. Pulling off a thriller against Miami in OT, the number 1 ranked offense in the league, and they have an actual pass rush in Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue. And Solomon Thomas is also starting to come along. Number 5, Kansas City. Regardless of them dropping in 1 and 2, man, I can care less about the record. They're still the best in the AFC. They're still the best in their division. They're still a top 5 team in the league. As the season progresses on, they will continue to iron things out and figure it out. Because at the end of the day, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Travis Kelce, and you have Andy Reid. They have all they need. They just got to put it together. Number 4, I got Cleveland. This is the league's best backfield in the league with Kareem and Nick Chubb combining for 165 yards on the ground against the Chicago Bears. They completely harassed Justin Fields last week, sacking him 9 times. It's inexcusable. And for Cleveland, for you to sack somebody 9 times, I got to give you your props on that. Rolling in at 3, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Although they got manhandled, beat down, bullied, whatever you want to call it, they are still the favorite in the NFC. If they play against the Rams a week from now, 2 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, I have full confidence that they can pull out a win. This is one of the better offenses in the league one of the best front sevens. You can't even run the ball on them. Number 2, I got Buffalo. Josh Allen is completely coming alive now that Emmanuel Sanders is being used in the offense. This right here, this offense is going to be lethal. There's no limitations. There's no way to really stop this passing attack between Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, and also Cole Beasley. And rolling in number 1, you know what it is. We got a new king at the top right now. This is the best team in the league, clicking on all cylinders. The LA Rams, the whole defense looks amazing. Matthew Stafford looks like he could be a prototype of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this top 10 power rankings rolling into week 4.
I agree with majority of the list. 10 through 6, I believe that's correct right there. But that number 2, the Bills, at number 2, I gotta disagree with because you gotta keep in mind that's the same team that went out and lost to the Steelers. But I feel like with most of these top 5 teams like that, they losses, they really just been bad performances. Not really just them being better than the other team or the team they lost to being better than them. Just most of the time, just bad performances. But yeah, I put the Bucks up at number 2 still because I feel that loss to the Rams was a bad performance. And they did go against another great team. I put them in number 2, Rams in number 1, and then I gotta go with Cleveland in number 3. That performance right there was pretty impressive. Although the Bears was awful that game. But yeah, I go with them in number 3, and then I just go to the Bills at number 4. That's what I got right there. But majority of the list was correct, I feel.
Okay. Upsets of the week, who you got?
Upsets of the week. Man, I got to rock with Seattle over the 49ers. What you think about that?
Interesting enough, I believe this front seven will pose problems for Seattle. Not enough problems to where it will completely slow them down, but enough problems to where it could lose them the game. And I see Seattle dropping this game, dropping 1-3.
For the first time?
For the first time, yes, I do see them dropping a 1-3. It's just their defense hasn't looked like how they did week 1. And just combining that with the pressure that's going to be on Russ, I'm willing to go with San Francisco. I think Debo's going to have, I say, somewhere between 7 to 10 receptions, 150 yards, 150 plus total yards on the ground and through the air. And I say a touchdown.
Yeah, that'll be fair because our secondary is terrible. I believe that whole defense just needs a big revamping. Yeah, that defense terrible. Then the front 4, they're not gonna get no pass rush because that offensive line is good, and we have no elite pass rushers. I don't think Bobby Wagner can do it all by himself because Jamal Adams ain't been much. I don't think he is gonna be that much help. He's not gonna be that much of a factor in that game, and I don't think Russ is gonna be able to cook like that. But I feel like we're gonna somehow pull it out, just like how you got the Patriots coming up over. Yeah, just how you got the Patriots coming up over the Bucks. It's just one of those things because we might not always be the better team, but we're just a rival to them, so we always gonna compete with them sometimes.
All right. So my upsets of the week, as you may know, if you follow me on TikTok, you may have already seen them. Yesterday I posted them. So my first upset of the week that I got coming in this week, I got the biggest game. I don't even know. Can we say the biggest game of the season?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
The most anticipated matchup probably of the last decade, maybe 2 decades. Tom Brady returned to New England. Tampa opens up as a 7-point favorite. I think that they're going to lose. Now, I got to go in 2 ways. This will either be a shootout or it'll be a blowout. If it's a blowout, Tampa's going to blow us out. As you may know, I am a Patriots fan. So there is a little optimistic, feel to what I got going on right now. But, like I said, 7-point favorites. Jamel Dean is out. Gronk was just announced that he won't be traveling and will be out. And JPP will be a game-time decision. Now, they lost Jamel Dean. They've already lost Sean Murphy-Bunting. That leaves only Carlton Davis and Richard Sherman, who's supposed to be playing. He will be active this weekend. Then you got Ross Cockrell. Now, this is already the worst secondary in the league so far, statistically. They give up the most passing yards week in and week out.
More than this?
Huh?
More than Seattle?
Right now, they're looking worse than Seattle.
Wow.
So with that being said, obviously the Patriots just don't throw the ball all over everybody, and they just aren't this high-scoring offense. Yes, I understand that. But what have we seen the Patriots do year after year after year? They adjust week after week. Not every game is the same game plan. So with that being said, yes, we won't be running the ball. I can tell you that right now. But I believe that Mac Jones will be able to get into this duel with Tom Brady and possibly come out on top. That is what I'm wholeheartedly believing in right now, because that secondary over in Tampa is just god awful. It's just been giving up any and everything to everybody. So with that being said, I got New England coming out on top, and Tom Brady's returning to New England.
I gotta disagree with that one. Just because you guys score on an average about 17 points per game with a high
17 to 20, yes.
Yeah, with a high of 25 points against the terrible New York Jets, which is not impressive at all. You should be putting up more than 25 points against the Jets. But, yeah, scoring 17 points, averaging about 17 points a game. You don't think Tom Brady can go out and score more than around 17 points a game?
He's going to put up more than 17 points.
He's going to put up more than 28 points, right?
My final score prediction be, I say, 27 to 30. New England.
No. I don't. You understand where I'm coming from. I don't trust Mac Jones to go out there and put up 30 points.
We got the front to get after Tom Brady.
Do y'all have the... What about the offense? Y'all don't have an offense. Because they can stop the run, so you can't hand the ball to Daniel
We have the
Harrison.
talent. We just got to put it together. Not
Y'all
think
have
this
no
is the
offense.
game.
Y'all have no offense.
This is the game that we put it together. Nelson Aguilar will have a receiving touchdown. I have Hunter Henry at least having 50 receiving yards. Jacoby Myers.
This man talks about Jacoby Myers like he's in the league.
Jacoby Myers will have a game like he did the last time we played on Sunday Night Football when he completely molested Marcus Peters the entire game, and nobody expected the Patriots to come out with that win over the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football.
And then we got to Bill Belichick, how well he motivate them. You know, get one for the coach. You know,
Is he a motivator?
Yeah, well, I mean, he is a very stoic, but evidently he motivated them to win that many championships. You know what I mean? He just got his own way about going about doing things. But, I mean, this is about Brady and Belichick. So, you know, is this going to be on Monday Night Football?
Nah, it's going to be Sunday night. Tomorrow night, get your popcorn ready, get your pizzas, your wings, everything. It's going to be a game.
Yeah, so it's about them. So if he motivate them players to go hard, you know, you never know.
And I say this one thing. Just like many people may have been saying this whole week on their shows, obviously Tom Brady knows what Bill Belichick wants to do.
Mac Jones throwing 2 picks.
But also, okay, that's cool. Tom, we gonna get one out of Tom. We gonna get some pressure out of him.
Pressure, but he ain't throwing no pick.
He gonna throw a pick. We gonna get him. Now, although Tom knows what Bill Belichick likes to do, my point is this. Bill Belichick also knows what Tom doesn't like to see. He also knows Tom Brady's weaknesses.
But he's the GOAT, though, right? Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's supposed to be able to adjust.
He is.
And he has a way better team, so it's like, who's at the advantage here?
Tom Brady's at the advantage. Tom Brady's definitely at the advantage. But we had the advantage both times against the New York Giants. What did that do? Tom Brady's had the advantage plenty of times in his career and lost. Just because you got the advantage don't mean that it's completely won.
I feel like the Patriots just flying on hope at this point.
You never know. We could get out there, get in the trenches. Next thing you know, Donovan Wilson or one of his other offensive linemen get injured the first, second quarter. Anything can happen. Same thing for Mac. Mac could get hit, get a concussion. You never know. But I'm very optimistic that this week is the week that the Patriots put everybody on notice. They're going to come out with this win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then everybody will come back down to earth and realize that Bill Belichick actually has the winning formula and will know what to do as this season progresses on. Because right now, after we put up that stinker against the New Orleans Saints, a lot of y'all hopped off and said, you know what, we look bad. And quite frank, we did look bad. But you got to give it time. And this is the week. This right here is the week. My second upset for this week, I got the Lions versus the Bears. The Bears opened as 3-point favorites. Now, I got the Lions coming out with the win. The Lions play inspiring, great team football under Dan Campbell. Campbell. What is it?
Campbell?
Yeah. So, with that being said, I believe that they will be able to pull out a little win this week. I got Jared Goff throwing for 300 yards, three touchdowns easily. Detroit is 14th in passing yards per game. Chicago also, it's just bad in Chicago, honestly. Giving up 9 sacks, like I said earlier in the show, it's inexcusable to give up 9 sacks in one football game. There's nothing that you can say about that. You have to scheme or do something to get the ball out quicker, and you just did. It shows that you just were ignorant and unwilling to adjust to what your opponent was doing to you.
Yeah, I agree. I can see the Lions upset them. I was hesitant to put them on that as an upset, but yeah, I agree with you on that one. I can see the Lions going to DeAndre Swift big. They said they're gonna look for him, give him a lot more carries going forward. I can see them running behind that first round pick and Penei Sewell and just powering it down their throat.
All right.
Pause.
So now, no homo. All right, so we got the quarter season MVPs. Well, MVP, who we think so far through, which will be this 4th game of the season, who we think so far is the MVP of this season. Kayla, who you got?
Man, I gotta go with homegrown Kyler Murray. Dude's been electric in the bottle. 1,005 passing yards, 10 total touchdowns, 7 passing, 3 rushing, with a 76.5 completion rating. Dude been nothing but perfect in all his games. The dude is an elite talent. I think this is the year that we see him evolve as a top 5 quarterback. I don't know who's gonna have to drop out of that, but I feel like he on his way up there now.
Crazy enough, I agree with you. Without Kyler Murray, this is a completely different team. Without Kyler Murray, I say maybe 1-2, maybe 2-1. Well, yeah, 1-2. They would have definitely lost to Minnesota. And what was the other game? It wasn't okay. 2-1. But besides that, yes, without Kyler Murray, this is a completely different team. Right now, he has over 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, with a 76% completion percentage. And he's also 50 QBR. This is definitely the most valuable player in the league outside of Lamar Jackson. You take those 2 players off of those teams are not nowhere near as effective or explosive.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like Derrick Henry more valuable than Kyler Murray is.
I don't think so.
And I
the longevity, and then Kyler is able to affect the game multiple ways, as opposed to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, yeah, you can say he could get, he could get active in the receiving game, but he's just the running back.
That's my top 3, probably Lamar. Not Kyler, Lamar, Derrick Henry, and Dak Prescott. Because you seen what the Cowboys did without Dak.
I feel like that's just Dallas being Dallas.
Yeah.
It's
Possibly.
just you lose your starter. Everybody loses a starter. We've seen plenty of teams win with backups. Dallas is just incapable and incompetent of doing such things. Like they literally can't go without a starting left tackle. How can you not go without a starting left tackle? Starting right tackle, start tight end. Like, you only hear stuff like that from Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
We lost the game because we didn't have Jason Witten. Really?
Come on, bro.
Jason Witten, he ain't that important.
Like, I hated how they was doing that last season.
Yeah,
like,
you can
y'all
scheme.
offensive line, they wasn't great.
But you had
by far,
something.
they was not one of the worst lines in the NFL.
Because what Chicago got, that's bad.
Terrible.
It's pathetic. And they weren't even as bad as Chicago.
Yeah.
But they performed like they were Chicago. Matt Nagy, speaking of Chicago, should Matt Nagy be fired through 3 weeks of games?
Yes. I was hesitant to say yes, but it depends on if you got a good offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator who can step up and take that head coach role like the Texans did, or like the Falcons did. It depends on if you can or not. But giving them 9 sacks in the game is unexcusable, especially when you didn't scheme anything up. It seemed as if he did not like Justin Fields because there was no extra protection, like no tight end sets where the tight end just stay unblocked, no extra running back standing in the backfield with helping the block or nothing. It was just all just depending on Justin. I mean, what's his name? Jason Peters.
Yeah.
Just depending on Jason Peters to block. Miles
Man who's
Garrett.
completely out of his prime.
Yeah.
You sitting here putting him on the island, one of the best pass rushers in the league. It's like, yo, what's going through your mind when you even say, hey, man, I need you to block him on your own? Huh? Really? This man is like, Jason Peters is like 38, 39. Man's retired and then came back. But, yeah, I agree with you. He should definitely be fired. This is by far the worst NFL coach in the league right now currently. And that says something. Because you know what? Honestly,
A lot of these coaches need to be fired.
a lot of these coaches should be fired. But I say this, and this might be a stretch. I think if Adam Gase was still in the league, Adam Gase would be doing better than this dude, bro. Like, this is pathetic.
If
You
he
got
had to-
Justin
if he was
Fields.
with the Bears, I would say he would be a better head coach for the Bears than
Yeah, this
Man,
dude,
that-
Justin Fields, is a generational talent. You mean to tell me what? It was like 47 total yards of offense? 47? 9 sacks? Really?
yeah.
You couldn't do no better than 50 yards? Bro, look, they averaged the least amount of passing yards per game, averaging 90 passing yards a game. How do you not average at least 100 passing yards a
in
game?
today's NFL.
Like, I thought that our offense was bad in New England. And you mean to tell me 90 passing yards? This team averages the least amount of yards per game, and this is an average defense at best because their offense is constantly putting them on the field. This team is god awful. Matt Nagy should be fired right now. There's no way around it.
I don't even feel like this team is a bad team because if I just told you that what they had on their roster, that I told you they had Justin Fields at quarterback, David Montgomery at running back, Allen Robinson out wide.
He don't even look like Allen Robinson no more. He's definitely not coming back after this year. This continues, Allen Robinson, you can just kiss him goodbye. He's not coming back. You're going to have to franchise tag him again. You can still do that, right?
I believe so, yeah.
This is bad, bro. Like, Matt Nagy is he's so bad and incompetent of being a coach. He can't even answer questions in press conferences, dog. Like, he gives indirect answers. You sit there and ask him, okay, well, who's making the calls? You know, why you just won't give Bill Lazor all the play calling responsibilities offensively, things of that nature, and then he just, oh, we'll figure that out, blah, 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 this and that. Just a whole bunch of crap. Like, bruh, answer the question. Why you, what's going on? You supposed to be an offensive guru, and honestly, the only reason why you've even made it this far into this job is because you were a disciple of Andy Reid, and everybody has nothing but respect for Andy Reid. But this right here, this is pathetic, dog. This is piss poor.
Got Khary hot.
Bro, cause like, dog, you can't sit here and do this stuff. It's ridiculous. Like I said, generational talent at quarterback, and you sitting here playing around. Got this man sacked 9 times.
Yeah, that's
Hell, if I was Justin Fields, I'd tell you to bench me.
yeah. Take me out. You ain't even gonna help scheme me up nothing.
Like, nah,
Protect me
bro.
or nothing.
You supposed to be an offensive guru. Boy. All right. Last topic of the show, man. Would you be more concerned for Kansas City, or are you more concerned for Seattle right now, given both teams are 1 and 2?
I feel like that question, it goes a lot into the state of the franchise. 'Cause I don't feel like the Seahawks, they in a win now mode, but they don't have a winning roster. And I feel the Chiefs have a winning roster, and they done came off of the Super Bowl. So the year after that, you got to be you should be 3-0 at this point after you just came off a Super Bowl. But these guys are 1 and 2 right now. They just lost to the Chargers, and they lost to the Ravens. I feel like their Ravens lost. It's on the running back. And the Chargers lost. That was just bad football by the Chiefs. But yeah, I'm more concerned about the Chiefs. They giving up about 32 points per game. Then had about 6 turnovers already. Giving up 160 rushing yards. It's just they got a lot of the defense was my biggest concern. The defense from the Chiefs have always been my biggest concern, and it's coming to fruition right now that the defense ain't all that.
Yeah, it's finally showing. And it's crazy because everybody and their mom know the Chiefs need to improve their defense. And what do they go do? They go and sign Josh Gordon. And what is Josh Gordon going to do for your defense? I understand maybe, okay, you missing Sammy Watkins. You missing that other receiver.
Yeah.
But what is Josh Gordon going to do for your defense right now? He's not going to – the man's done – for you – you know, I got a few people out there that don't even watch sports, but they still support me. For the people that don't know who Josh Gordon is, Josh Gordon plays receiver. He plays offense. Chiefs need defense. And they can't get a stop. And for years, this has been a opportunistic defense, in my opinion. They make a stop when they need to. They have a solid run defense, and they get after the passer. But it's just not. It's not happening this year, bro. It's just not clicking.
So I got a question for you since you just touched on that number 2 receiver. Is a number 2 receiver essential for Tyreek Hill to be successful?
I feel like Travis is his number 2. That's what surprised me. That's what made me scratch my head. Like, okay, why are you even – well, what's the purpose of signing Josh Gordon? Because you can't double Travis and double Tyreek Hill. If I'm being honest, there is no number 1 receiver on this team because Tyreek Hill's the number 1 and Travis the number 1.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like, okay, like you got 2 number 1 receivers. They both number 2s to each other. Why do you need a Josh Gordon? You have DeMarcus Robinson. You have Byron Pringle. What more do you need? You have Mecole Hardman. I
mean, I think they were depending on Mecole Hardman to take that next step and evolve into a true number 2 receiver, but he never did. I don't think.
Nah, he hasn't, and that's what showed. That's what separates Mecole, the Mecoles, the John Rosses, the Andy Isabellas, those guys from Tyreek Hill. And like I say all the time to anybody that I talk to about this same topic, I used to think that Tyreek Hill was just fast, bro.
Yeah.
But everybody's fast in the league. Everybody's running 4.3s, 4.2s, 4.4s. So with that being said, if everybody's running that, everybody's running at the same speed. How is he still able to separate himself? So he's obviously good. He's obviously good enough to create separation from those other dudes that are just as fast as him or slightly slower than him. Tyreek Hill's that dude, bro.
Yeah. But I feel like he do need a number 2 receiver. Just because Sammy Watkins was there. He was there, but he was a number 1 in situations. But it was like, if you need a big play,
yeah,
you know where to go. You know you got Tyreek Hill out there lined up out wide or something like that. And he was just a person you can incorporate in the offense in different ways. But it's hard to incorporate him in the offense when he's not necessarily when he's the number 1 receiver, but when it's like he's being pulled in multiple directions. Like you want him to run him on jet sweeps and you want to throw it to him deep. It's like, I guess it just kind of confuses him in ways. It confuses the offense of what it is.
Yep. That's all we got for y'all today, though. Keep tuning in, keep liking, subscribing, keep tapping in on TikTok. Everything, you know what I mean. This is straightforward.
Hang on, before y'all leave, I got a question to ask because I see that the NFL has extended the season. Do you think that's what's hurting some of these better teams? Because it seems like people are protecting each other during the preseason, and a lot of the good players really not getting no burn because the season is extended. They're not trying to get their good people hurt, and some of the bad teams, they are actually allowing more of their players to get burned. You know, do you think that could be hurting some of the better teams?
You want to take it first?
Nah, you got it, bro.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, this is what I think personally. I like the idea of adding the extra game, and I think a lot of people just overplaying it. Like, okay, yeah, it's an extra game. It's more wear and tear on your body, but you knew what you were signing up for. You play 16 games a year. You mean to tell me that one game really is just going to hurt you that bad to where you like, man, I can't do this. So with that being said, and then like you said, the teams are not playing their best players.
Yeah, they're protecting their assets now.
My thing is this. I think when it comes to those things, because I'm always one of those dudes, hey, look, If you available, you playing. I'm not sending you none of that. So
Tom Thibodeau.
so I'm not finna sit here and try to conserve you unless you really just need to be preserved as the season progresses on, because it's just that's just me personally. I'm more aggressive. I go for it. I'm gonna kick your head in whenever I get the opportunity, because when I know that you're gonna be able to kick my head in, you're gonna go for it. And I think a lot of these teams don't want to end up in a situation where they have to scheme without their better players.
Right.
And they're just being lazy. You don't want to open up your mind and just find what you can do. Like the Dallas Cowboys. Not just to throw no dirt on the Dallas Cowboys, but that's more of the relevant topics here in Dallas. Dallas can never win without all of their starters.
Right.
I don't think that you can't win without your starters. I just think that you're being lazy. You're being lazy, you're being ignorant, you're being naive and stubborn, because you're not trying to switch up your game plan week to week. What you have to do, you have to consistently adapt to what's going on. That's with anything. That's with life.
Right.
You have to consistently adapt, and people are just being lazy and don't want to do that.
Yeah, I feel like I can't really I don't understand it like that, but it's a good addition for those teams. Like when you get deep into the season and you are in a situation where you are like 14-1 already, you done already clutched up, and you got the number 1 seed or whatever, like the Ravens did a few years ago, where you can't just rest those players. That's like an extra 2 weeks of rest, and then you probably got that first round bye or whatnot. So yeah, it's good for certain circumstances, but
Yeah.
certain circumstances I understand where it can hurt them at.
But I just think that some of these teams are coming into the season and they not fully in shape, because if your stars been sitting down during preseason, your preseason is the games now. So they not really playing at their peak performance because they not really in shape. That's why a lot of times you see a team and they don't look like, look at like last year, Tampa Bay. In the beginning of the season, they didn't look like they could possibly be that team. Kansas City can get on a 10, 11 game winning streak. Once they get in shape, I just don't think that a lot of players are in shape. I don't know how they can do it. And because football is so violent, you just can't really take a chance, one hit. I seen it's a couple of Giants now, gone for the season. You know what I'm saying? The season just started. What is it, Hernandez?
Will Hernandez, the guard.
Yeah, and there's another
guards.
Yeah, it's another one of the guys. They gone for the season.
Yeah, I feel that like you said, one hit could take you out for the rest of the season. But I refuse to live in fear. I refuse. I'm not gonna play anything conservative unless it's the smart thing to do. Like we're winning by 10 points, just run the ball and get up out of there. I'm going at your neck full throttle, 60 minutes per game. And whatever happens, happens. I believe anything that happens was God's will and just wasn't my time, maybe. So if that dude gets injured, maybe it just wasn't his time.
Yeah. You hear that, ladies? He ain't fearing nobody. Trying to throw the scare tactics at him or anything. He's coming strong. So y'all do enjoy your week and stuff. Y'all back in school?
Nah, not yet. I'm finna start in the fall semester.
Oh, okay. Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I'm in school.
You playing football, right?
No, I ain't playing this year. Next season, I'll catch me back out there.
Okay. So you just taking it easy.
Yeah, I'm coasting right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, this is straightforward. You know what it is. Keep liking, subscribing, tuning in to all content. TikTok, Instagram, you got everything on the bars down below.
We out.
This is Shirley Pearl from the group The Seafreights, and I'm on Mighty G-Force Radio Soul, where they play.
Precious for